Hey, what's on? Hey, yeah, good, man. Gotta love the ferry staff. Awesome group of dudes over here. What is going on, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. For those of you who are new to the channel, my name is JB360 and I'm your host for today. Oh shit. We haven't done one of these little city vlogs in quite a while, actually. Yeah, so in terms of the mini bike build, it's actually been going pretty well. I've been wanting to do a video just to kind of give an update. So I figured I'd kind of throw in a little clip of all of the upgraded parts and mods that I ordered from Singapore. They actually came in a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, here's a little snippet of the parts that I got from Falcon PEV. And of course, I don't want to list all the parts down yet because I just want to make sure everything works, and I want to test everything out before I recommend it to people. So yeah, here's a gander and a little update as to what I have in store for the bike. Alrighty guys, figured I'd take you through a little bit of the mods that I got from Falcon PEV over in Singapore. And yeah, they came in about a week and a half ago, which I was very excited about. And yeah, I figured I'd show you guys basically, you know, part by part, what I have, what I'm gonna be doing, and so on and so forth. But as you guys notice here, I don't have the RoadRunner frame. I actually am getting it powder coated over by Sal, and he has a fabricator that actually does powder coating for free. So yeah, I'm gonna be getting the frame painted out. So cross my fingers it comes out good. And yeah, I guess let's get started. So over here I have the YYK controller. I got two of them, as you can see here. These are the 80 amp versions. And they come with the standard phase wire setup here. And this XT90 was actually put on by me. It just came with like a positive and negative wire, and basically had to put on had to splice in an XT90. So if you guys decide to go that route, just know that you have to kind of do that with the controllers. I mean, if you want, you can put a QS cable on it, you know, whichever, as long as you're matching up positive and negative. But I have these two controllers here, which I'm gonna actually be mounting on the frame. This one will go, basically one will go up top, and the other one will be staggered underneath the frame. So just to give a little bit of heat dissipation. But yeah, these are some beefy controllers. They definitely compared to the Sabvotons in terms of size, but yeah, they're pretty hefty. Over here I got the 14x3 tires. I believe these are like dual sport tires. I got these off of monsterscooters.com, and yeah, these 14x3s are gonna go on those 12-inch motors over there, which are, the motors are actually meant for Fidos, but the parts are pretty much interchangeable with a lot of the RoadRunner components. So, but yeah, the tire itself is pretty nice. Has some good tread on it. Now let's take a look at this bad boy here. I got the dual crown suspension fork. This is steel piping. I added a quill stem adapter up here. just to kind of give a little bit more height for the handlebars. And this has variable suspension, got the lockout here. It's pretty nice actually. It's definitely a lot better than the stock RoadRunner fork. Gives it a little bit more height in the front, but also gives it a bit more better suspension towards the front as well. So yeah, hopefully this will look good on the bike in terms of the color scheme that I'm going for, but also for added comfort, obviously. Also, I forgot to mention, the controllers come with the Bluetooth module. Unfortunately, I think this came with one, but I guess I only need one in terms of tuning. But we'll get to that as soon as I start testing out throttle response with the controllers. Also got here the YYK display. This display, it's a pretty nice size. I do like that it does display, you know, odometer readings pretty largely in the front. The thing I have to figure out though with this is if it can be converted to miles per hour, because as far as I know, it only shows kilometers, but we'll see. I'm going to talk to Javier and see if there's like any way to go into the settings and adjust that. But one thing I'm not liking about this is it came with this like mounting bracket. I have no idea where I'm going to put this on the handlebars. I feel as though like I don't even know where to put it. I mean, I see the mounting screws here, but in terms of like where this will go in the front, I have no idea. I'm gonna have to figure it out. I might have to like jerry rig something to have it stay on the bars, but display doesn't look too bad. Of course, I had to go with the key ignition and voltmeter for any standard scooter. Obviously, for those of you who don't know, displays your current voltage for your battery and also acts as like a ignition switch here so that people can't just run off with your scooter or your bike. Had to go with the half twist throttle here. This is just your standard throttle. So what I'm going to be doing is actually splicing in the signal wire here into the throttle signal wires for both controllers, basically like splicing them so that there's communication between the throttle and the two controllers and the motors. So yeah, I'll be doing actually a separate video on that probably in like a week or so when I start testing throttle response. But yeah, I'm very eager to test out the dual motor setup. Got this big boy right here. This is the 5,000 watt rear motor. This is substantially heavier than the stock one. Obviously, the stock one's like 350 watts. So you can imagine what a 5,000 watt rear hub motor weighs. So when you get these hub motors, just know that these hall sensors, they just come with like exposed wire. So you gotta kind of like create your own 6-pin connector, which is, it's not too bad. You can get these adapters on Amazon, and you just have to kind of like line up the pins. But just an FYI in case of any of you guys are going that route. Okay, so check this out, guys. I got here the front motor. This is the 4,500 watt motor, and what's interesting is it came with 2 sets of phase wires, which makes sense because one of the sets of phase wires is actually going to screw into the other phase wires of the rear motor, and basically will act as like a parallel connection, which is super cool. I'd never even seen a motor with 2 sets of phase wires, so that's going to be interesting to set that up. And then of course you have the phase wire and hall sensor connecting directly into the controller. I'm probably going to get with these phase wires, I'm probably going to use like a terminal box, or I'll probably just use a screw, washer, and some heat shrink just to kind of like make sure the connections are solid and I'm not getting any arcing. Also, last but not least, as you know, I'm getting a battery custom made for the frame, but for now I'm going to be using my old triangle battery, my 72 volt MB power battery. This is about 20 amp hours, but I need to do some testing with the throttle, so Sal was gracious enough to let me borrow this. So I'm going to be testing out the controllers, the motors, you know, everything, just to make sure things are in order, and also for tuning. But in any sense, let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you guys are interested in doing a 72 volt RoadRunner build, let me know what you guys think. And yeah, back to our regularly scheduled programming. So yeah, that is the current update of the bike, and I'm hoping hopefully to do some throttle testing sometime this week. I gotta make sure that the two controllers are paralleled correctly, and I'm able to engage throttle on both motors, so I want to test that out, make sure everything is good. So yeah, I'm hoping to be like finished with the overall build by whatchamacallit, at least by mid-April, I would say. I'm still waiting on a steering dampener that I ordered from Singapore as well. They don't make ones really for like e-bikes. They make them for scooters, like universal ones, but for like mini pocket bike builds, they don't really have them. I would have to, like, you know, mount my own holes and everything like that, but I'm gonna actually go a little bit the easier route, because Falcon PEV has one specifically made for the Fido, but you know, the Fido and the RoadRunner, their parts are interchangeable, so it's actually compatible with the RoadRunner. So gonna definitely be needing that, especially for hitting speeds like above like 40 miles an hour. We definitely want a steering damper. Feels good to kind of ride again, and you know, be out in the bike. I feel like I haven't ridden it as much, you know, obviously because of the weather and all, but we've been getting pretty decent weather the past couple of weeks. Riding season is coming up soon, guys, which means more opportunities for group rides. And one group ride that is coming up actually pretty soon this month is the S3 group ride. It's almost like the start of spring group ride, and whatchamacallit, start of spring group ride. And I believe it's going from somewhere in Manhattan, I forget where, and then going all the way to, I believe, Randall's Island and back again. Yeah, so it'll be nice to see everybody again from the S3 crew, and maybe some Gotham and Surron NYC people will show up as well. But yeah, that's the first big group ride of the season. Besides the S3 group ride, I'm trying to plan out one for sometime in early April or mid-April for Staten Island, and yeah, hopefully we get a good turnout like we did last year. I actually didn't attend the last one, the one that was led by Johnny, but I heard he did an awesome job of taking the group through the island. So it was nice of him to kind of help lead. I know he wasn't originally going to, but big shout out to Mr. E of NYC for definitely helping out, leading out that group ride. A little bit of a casual vlog today, but if you guys like the content and yeah, if you guys want to see, you know, more RoadRunner stuff, more S-Class stuff, feel free to hit me up in the comments. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace, y'all.